Hey now, it's Little Paulette without the gang, and I am back with part 3 to the recap of Our Kind of People, Season 1, Episode 6 for Colored Boys. Yep, I'm back, y'all. And what I want y'all to do is, if you like this video, hit the like button. If you want to comment, leave me a comment. And if you like me, subscribe. Go on and hit that subscribe button. You hit that bell too so you can know when my next video is coming out. Shows Tyrese in the car reading that journal that he claimed couldn't have been about his daddy, but it was actually definitely about his daddy. And it said his dad was found shot in the head in the car. But remember, he supposedly got shot by picking up some rents for Teddy. And the person wrote in the book, which is Teddy's brother, what did Teddy do after he saw Tyrese's father or Tyrese's father shot in the head. And then they show a flashback of him thinking about the conversation about his dad getting shot for some rent money. Teddy Franklin at it again. But this is old shit. Old Teddy Franklin. It's probably how he built his empire up. Then it shows Leah at the bar, still at the Cotillion, and her dad comes over or whatever, and she asks him if he's ready. She's still looking sad because she's still at the bar where she was with her husband. I guess he walked back to go back inside. And she asked him if he's ready to do the letter to daughters or letter to fathers. I don't remember what it's called. He says, yep, steady as a rock. He takes his pills. She walks away because she gets called to the stage by her mother-in-law because it's time for her to introduce her daddy, Teddy Franklin. My bad. It's called Letter to Daughters. I like that. So she introduces Teddy, and he comes up so he can go ahead and give that speech, Letters to Daughters, because her dad did it for her over 20 years ago. Well, we know it's more than that because how old she is, but I don't know her exact age, but it got to be close to mine. Or at least she looked like it anyway. So he starts his speech talking about how important fathers and daughters are. Then he turns it on to Angela and talks about how he's sorry he wasn't there for her and all that kind of stuff. And Leah's in the background looking like she got daggers and she's shocked that he talking to Angela. Even Angela's looking shocked. Angela's looking like, Daddy. See how my eyes look? That's exactly how she's looking, like, he's my daddy. Yeah, he got her now. Let's see how long that she'll be caught in his web. Now Nikki has to do hers, which is letters to fathers. And she has to come up and do her speech, which is Angela's daughter, Nicole Vaughn. And he says, my granddaughter. And Nikki walks up in this white gown, and she looks so scared. She looked like she was crying already, really. And he says, it's okay. And he puts the coin in her hand, and he whispers to her, speak from the heart. And she shakes her head, yeah, and she walks up to the podium. I love it. Oh my goodness. Sorry if my voice is squeaking and cracking, y'all. Nikki made her speech letter to mothers because she was raised by 3 amazing mothers. And she said even though the fathers deserve credit for hers is going to be about letters to mothers, to the amazing mothers. Yes, honey. Yes, honey. Yes. Cuts to everybody doing that cotillion special dance that you do with your dad or whatever. And it looks so nice and it's so elegant. And Leah is, just shooting little sneaking little looks at Angela. And then she comes over and sits next to her and tells her that the coin and the pearl bracelet are family heirlooms. And Angela's like, yeah, I'm not sure I should have accepted them. And Leah says, be grateful because he's not always that giving. So Leah is seeing that her dad is accepting Angela, but it looks like Leah thinks it's genuine. So maybe it is genuine. I don't know, y'all. We'll see. Teddy brings Nikki back to the table, and he asks can he share a dance with another one of his girls. He says, Leah. And Leah comes. You know why he's calling Leah, so he can explain what's going on, why he did all of this stuff, y'all. You know that's what it is. Leah's sitting there dumbfounded, not knowing what's going on. Like, why Daddy didn't choose me? Boo-hoo. She said, you used your entire speech to apologize to Angela? And he's like, I want to win her trust. A public apology is a good way to win her trust. What I tell you. I ain't even going to go way back for it because you already know. And that actually hurt Leah's feelings. She said with a trembling voice, what about my public apologies, Daddy? Always covering for you, jumping through hoops. She don't feel acknowledged. That really hurt her. That's why it's so hard for me to not like Leah. She gets on my nerves, but I really understand her. I really understand why she acts the way she acts. And she had the nerve to say, you don't even acknowledge me in the father-to-daughter letter. You want to spend all your time with Angela, you go right ahead. He tries to grab her. She's like, no. Like a big-ass baby throwing a tantrum and goes stomping away. Like Miss Sophia. And Teddy gets the call and he walks away. You know what I'm saying? And then Raymond and his daughter is looking, which is Leah's daughter, and Leah's daughter looked like she about to cry because she see her mother upset. And Raymond goes to sit down, and Alex is looking at him. They both, giving each other little looks or whatever. But Alex is trying to see where's Teddy going on that phone, because remember, she's an investigative reporter or a journalist or something. And then next thing you know, they show the outside of Still Bay State Prison, and you know who there. Mr. Nate Dogg. They show a guard. They show Nikki's father sitting in a cell, and they show a guard say, Robinson. And he turn around, it's time to go. And he gets up, and then they show a picture that Nikki made for him when she was little with pictures of her on his prison wall. And next thing you know, they cut to the Cotillion where all the kids is dancing and having a good time. Because I guess all the stuffy stuff is over and now it's time to party. And they show Nikki and Taylor getting it, you know what I'm saying? They're getting down and stuff. And Angela's watching everybody from the table, watching the kids have a good time. Teddy comes over to her table and she tells him she saw what he did for Nikki, thank you or whatever. And he's like, oh, ain't no. He tells her, I got good news for you. Nate's going to be released. She's like, released? He's like, yeah, he's under some program that was up for review, and he should have been released a long time ago. I don't know if that's true or not. Knowing Teddy, it may not be true. But this is what he's saying. So he's up for immediate release. Angela's looking all scared because, she still ain't told Nikki nothing about her father. Angela's like, you can't do this, honey. This is our life. You can't just make decisions for our life. And Teddy's like, I've done everything. Even offered you an apology to try to earn your trust. Like, this man is on the way to the island right now. Angela was like, one apology does not erase years of abandonment. Neither does a letter or a bracelet or none of this stuff that you doing, bro. So you might want to bag back. Bag back. She told that ninja he was never a father to her, so stop trying to be one now, and bounced. It cuts to Angela talking to Aunt Piggy about him helping Nate get out, and she's like, yo, son, you don't know what you've done with my life. Remember, she's supposed to be from Boston. She's supposed to be from the streets of Boston, y'all. Like, not the streets like streets, but like poor, Boston, like Roxbury, or I forgot where they said she was from, but it wasn't Roxbury, but I'm just giving that as an example. Because remember, she still ain't told her daughter the truth about her father. Meanwhile, Aunt Piggy tearing that piece of cake up like it's the best cake ever, and she interrupts her and say, you want a piece of this cake? And Angela's like, why are you so calm? You distrust him more than I do. She's like, you ain't got nothing to say? Aunt Piggy said, that's because you don't want to hear what I got to say. Back up. Angela takes the plate from Aunt Piggy and drops it in the garbage and says, I want to hear what you got to say. Aunt Piggy said, no, you don't want to hear what I got to say. You want to see some furniture moving up in this blicky blick. Way back. Way back, y'all, okay? Way back. So Angela sits on the floor next to her because she's sitting at a desk. And then Piggy gonna say, you want to hear some real? You just mad because now you got to step in some mess from the mess that you made. But quiet as his cat, Piggy the one that's worried about some mess that she made from back in the day that Teddy holding over her head. And she trying to distract Angela from finding out, that's all. Or Teddy telling on her ass. That's all this is. But Piggy said, you've been lying to baby girl about her father for 17 years and it stops tonight. She got a point though. I didn't even think about that. That's what she was really talking about. But at the end of the day, Piggy hiding something too. But right now, she's speaking on Nate and Nikki. But like I always say, when there's somebody that got something to say about your shit, they always just deflecting because they don't want you to find out about theirs. The most judgmental people are the ones that have the most to hide. Trust me. Remember that man, Bill Cosby? Yeah, I rest my case. Piggy said, you gonna tell her the truth now. Threw away my goddamn cake. Got up walking away, still fussing about her damn cake. She messed up throwing that cake in the garbage. I told you she was eating that cake like it was the best cake ever. Ooh, next thing you know, you see Tyrese sitting in Teddy's house inside. And Teddy coming back, taking off his jacket and stuff from the Cotillion. And he like, hey, what's going on? I didn't see you at the Cotillion. Tyrese got this tight look on his face. And he like, how did my father die? Way back. Way back, y'all. Okay? I'm kind of scared for Teddy right now. I'm a little bit scared for Teddy. Just a little bit. Just teeny. Tyrese said, the story you told me all these years isn't true. Teddy gonna say, perhaps I misremembered. He said it was a painful loss. Then he started like moving his hands. You know how when your hands are numb and you start moving them like so your hand fall asleep or something and you start like you flicking them or whatever. He starts doing that, and I think people get numbness. It's numbness from heart attack or from stroke. It's from one of them when you get the numbness in your hand or whatever. And Tyrese stands up and was like, I spent my whole life believing the lie you told me, the story you told me. And then Teddy is like, are you accusing me of something? And he was like, because he was found. Tyrese like, because he was found in his car. And then Teddy gonna say, because that's where he shot himself. Trying to act like he was protecting him. Trying to pretend as if this man killed himself. And he was protecting Tyrese. So he made up a story with your lying ass, Teddy. You liar. Scratch a lie. Find a thief. Ain't that what Ray Charles' mother said? Yeah. He claimed, oh, your father killed himself. Your mother and I made up that story for the insurance company and all this shit. But meanwhile, he's like he can't really catch his breath while he's talking or whatever. Tyree is looking so heartbroken because he's learned that his father killed himself. But I hope he don't believe that. I hope he remembers his father well enough to know whether his father killed himself or not. And Teddy is still, he telling the story, but he's trying to catch his breath, and he touches Tyree and says, I hate to tell it to you like this, son. And when he touches Tyree's shoulder, Tyree pushes him off and says, I'm not your son. And Teddy twists around. But I guess he was just about to fall, like just about to pass out at the same time. He falls on the floor, and Tyree tries to bend over to grab him or whatever, to help him. Tyree starts yelling for help. Hey, hey, hey. Next thing you know, Nate's at the damn door. And he says, hey, I was supposed to meet Mr. Franklin. And then he says, you need help? And Tyree's like, help me get him to the hospital. Now, ain't this a damn coinkadink? Tyree on the floor with Teddy Franklin, and Nate comes in the goddamn door. How do these people get in people's houses? They just walk in people's house whenever they feel like it? What in the entire PH, Lord? Tyree tells Nate to call 911 and let them know they on the way to the hospital. Teddy is just out. Look like he out cold. They trying to wake him up. Then it cuts to Mr. Raymond getting in the limo with his ex-wife Alexis, telling her that as much as he wants Teddy, their marriage is off limits, I guess because she told the truth that she left him. He ain't leave her. And Leah can't take it. Girl, that is so stupid. Raymond tells Alex that she gotta leave. He tells the driver, let's go. And she was like, I would have never answered your call if I knew I was gonna be chased out of town by a DuPont again. He said, what do you mean again? It's about to go down. We're about to find out what really went down, okay? Olivia and Teddy conspired to get rid of her so that Raymond and Leah could get married. Basically, it was an arranged wedding, and Leah ass is mad because now she know her ass wasn't chosen. See, that's what happened when you think you're so much better than everybody. They threatened to have her parents deported. Remember, she Puerto Rican or Dominican or something. They wrote her a check. Well, Olivia wrote the check for her to leave and threatened to have her parents deported, Teddy and Olivia. Yeah, that's the kind of people they are. And she still had the check in her purse. She pulled that check out and she showed it to Raymond and said, it's a lot of money and I never cashed it. So she just left and she never took the money. She took the check, but she never cashed it because she was worried about her parents. This is how conniving and backstabbing that damn Olivia, the B.I. is, and old punk ass Teddy Franklin. Then Leah calls and she tells him that Teddy had a heart attack. And he tells the limo driver to take him to Oak Bluffs, which is crazy because you know somebody gonna see him at the hospital with his ex-wife, right? You know that, right? Come on, y'all. Then it cuts to Nikki twirling around in her dress at home. And she's so happy, talking about she never had an experience like this. She doesn't want the night to end. And Angela comes tiptoeing in, because now she got to tell her, Nikki, child, I'm almost scared for Angela to tell her, to break her little heart now, even though she probably going to end up happy because she going to want to know who her dad is. Everybody need their damn dad, please. You need a mother and a father. Piggy interrupts her and says, Ange, Tyreek is on the phone. And Angie's like, not now. And she's like, Tyreek is on the phone. It's Teddy. Then it cuts to the hospital where they show Leah, Raymond, her two kids at the desk asking about him. And Angela and them, they come into the hospital. And she runs right to Tyreek to see what's going on. And guess who else is at the hospital? Nate Dogg. Yes, honey. He's sitting there. He see Angela come in, but she running Tyreek, and he's staring. Nikki looking at him. He looking at her. Piggy see him over there in the corner. Oh, yeah, it's going down in the Bluffs tonight. Nikki said, who's that man, Ma? Girl, she should have told her ass in the damn car. She knew he was on the way to the island. Angela, what are you doing? Angela said, Nikki, I've been trying to tell you in any other way other than this. And she's like, tell me what? And she's like, that man is Nate Robinson. He's your father. And Nikki turns around and glances at him and looks back at her mother. But she don't look happy. She look like it looks could kill. I can't do it, y'all. With the avatar. And that's the end of Our Kind of People, Season 1, Episode 6 for Colored Boys Recap Part 3. That's the end of this episode. I'll be back with Episode 7 soon. Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to comment. And don't forget to subscribe. Thank y'all for watching. I appreciate everybody that even looks for, I don't care if it's 5 minutes, whatever it is. I really appreciate it. But please don't forget to hit that like button because that moves me up in the algorithm and it makes me, move up to make my channel be more visible so I can get more views. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Have a great night.